Hi, I'm here with Skip Pond, CEO and founder of Pond Holdings. And Skip is a recent graduate of the Resilient Transformation Academy. Skip, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here.
Yeah, thank you, Julie.
Yeah, thank you for being here. You had quite a transformation going through our program. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, for those that are listening, I'd love for you to share what were you facing before enrolling in the Resilient Transformation Program?
So my business has been through a tremendous growth spurt over the last year and a half, 2 years. And when I met you back in December, I just had a lot on my plate, some challenging projects that have been going on, trying to hire new people and work with new people and experience that growth wave. So yeah, we were overwhelmed with work, trying to figure out how to get it all done and manage my stress, manage my team, and manage myself. Um, and over the last 6, 7 months that we've worked together, we've come a long way in that journey. You really know you and the program have really helped me be able to manage that overwhelm to work with people, work with my team better, um, get into a more calm and stress-free state.
Skip, when you were feeling that stress and overwhelm before you learned all the things that you did in this academy, how did that affect your job and your management style and your productivity?
My productivity for doing stuff that I do personally, hands-on, my productivity was shot at the time that we met. I had stacks in my office that needed to be dealt with, and that they were met with dread daily because I was dealing with so many issues at a time. It was hard to focus in on one thing at a time and get things done. My stress projected out to family, to team members, to friends. Um, yeah, just kind of, it was out there. And yeah, my jobs weren't going the right direction. We had things that were not on time, off budget. Just a lot of things going on at the same time.
Yeah. Did that affect you, like even in your personal life? Like when you got home, did you find that you weren't present or weren't able to really be there with your family because of all the stress that you were dealing with at work?
It was difficult, they could feel my stress when I come through the door. My wife would comment occasionally that you need to leave whatever's going on at work, and in my business it's hard to do that because it's stuff that goes on even sometimes when work hours are not going. We're in construction and real estate, and that world goes around the clock sometimes. So yeah, a lot of it carried over to the family, and the stress definitely projected out of me.
Yeah. And a lot of times we try different things to deal with that stress. What had you tried in the past?
So I do yoga frequently, some meditation, not nearly as focused as what core does. Exercise, walking. So I've tried several different things.
Well, how is this program different than what you've tried in the past?
It helped me explaining how the body actually works, how the brain and the heart talk to each other, um, how they function when you're in stress and when you're not in stress. Using the device to actually see what your body's doing. Something's going on, but you don't know exactly what. So the focus of the program, the different tools that you introduced, to be able to focus in on tasks at hand or dealing with situations, um, in a controlled manner, and getting your body to do what it needs to do, or your heart and mind to work together, um, to just deal with stressful situations and be more productive and happy for everyone around you.
So when you learned how the body was actually working, like you got to understand, oh, that's what my body looks like when it's in stress. And then were you able to stop the stress reaction in the moment, or did you have to do this long meditation, or how quickly were you able to recognize it, stop it, and then shift into another state like flow?
Mhm. I, within a few minutes after we got practiced in it, um, probably 2 to 5 minutes, if I'm going into a meeting or going to deal with a situation that it's stressful or I really don't want to deal with. Sometimes I would sit in my truck and go into a job site meeting. I think, you and I talked about that at one point in time and dealing with situations that we knew were out of hand. I can get into the mode within a few minutes.
Wow. So if I think about where you started, feeling stressed a lot, productivity was low, you weren't present with your family, and now you're saying you can get into this flow state in just a couple of minutes. How
Mhm.
does that translate into productivity, presence with your family, better leadership? Can you explain how that translated when you were able to hit that flow state?
Yeah. So like, when I'm working in my office, for instance, I would have to just stack some stuff and just looking at them stresses me out sometimes. And using one of the techniques that you taught me, you just kind of clear the table, reset your mind, and then you dive into it one thing at a time. And it's easy to talk about, and and tell other people how to do it, but until you actually sit down and concentrate on it and go through the method, it just takes you to a whole different level. And stuff, that was taking me hours that shouldn't have really been taking me hours to do. After we did the techniques, I can clear my mind, clear my desk, and cut things out maybe half the time.
Wow, half the time. So would you say that your productivity increased by about 50% after you started using these techniques?
Yeah, on some things, absolutely.
How does that translate into a business owner when your productivity can increase on some things by 50%? How does that translate for you? What happens when you're able to do that?
Well, I hope that and I think that it makes me a more organized and a happy person for my team and for my family, and that's really what I want to be focused on. Um, we we deal with too much chaos in our business, and I kind of want to bring peace to those around me and still be productive, and that's really what it means to me.
Wow, bringing peace to people that are around you. As a leader, I can only imagine that you walk into a chaotic situation and you're bringing peace into the situation. And do people respond to you differently?
Yeah, I think I shared with you a team member that has really been having some stress on one of our jobs, and we were talking the other day, and he's like, when I come to the job, I don't feel good. I'm stressed. I go on vacation, I feel great, and I come back and I don't want to be here. He said, but every time I sit and talk with you, you just bring calm to me, and you make me want to keep going on the job, um, even when it doesn't feel good. But yeah, when he's with me, he feels peace.
Wow. I think about all the leaders that may be listening to this and thinking, man, if I brought that kind of peace and calm to my employees, how much more value that would give to them, right? Because people want to know that you care. And
Mhm.
I'm just really hearing that you're managing your levels of stress internally so that you can really be there for another person and give
Yeah,
them peace. Yeah, so it sounds to me too like, we talk a lot about energy too, like your energy is shifting in the
yeah,
sense that stress energy can be chaotic and it can be depleting in our nervous systems, and other people can sense that. People pick up on it. And
mhm,
you're saying that you can shift from that stress state into a calm state in a couple of minutes?
yeah.
Like, wow, that's pretty remarkable. And so being able to do that, what have you noticed? How has that translated into your personal life and home life?
It's yeah. You talk about the energy. Um, that was one of the early things that I picked up on in the program was recognizing the energy drains and what renews our energy, what takes it away. Um, and it's been interesting to watch everything around me and the people around me, and be able to plug those energy drains, and not let that suck out of our team or out of what we're doing. So I'm still a work in progress, but it has been great to be able to recognize that. And at home, yeah, definitely. Well, it's easier to manage situations at home too, with two kids and the chaos that brings. Yeah, we can shift those energies around.
Has your wife or kids noticed anything different in you?
Yeah, I think they see that I'm happier.
Wow, what a gift, right? You're walking through the door from work and you're a lot happier. I
Yeah,
remember one of your goals was that you wanted to feel joy more, and joy is an energy. But if we're
sure.
stuck in the stress and the overwhelm, and you look at something on your desk and you're like, oh, I don't want to do that. I have dread for that. When you can shift out of that and really start to manage the nervous system in the sense that, oh, I know how the brain and body work together, so I can get out of that and I can get into that flow state.
Mhm.
What would you say in that ability to shift from the stress to the joy? How much has your joy increased over the time that we've been together?
Gosh, I don't know that I can put a number on that, but it definitely has increased. Yeah, just being able to move through things that were burdening me before. I can do it in a way now that doesn't drain me like it did 6 months ago. And also, being able to shift my head into seeing a project finished and feeling that energy, and going through that process. Yeah, it's helped us to project and move things forward in a better way.
Wow, really, really beautiful way of sharing that. Thank you so much. It's just been so wonderful to work with you and see your transformation. And
Yeah,
I'm sure that this is inspiring to other people who say, I'd like to have some more joy in my life, but I don't know how to get there, right? We tend to look at things that are on the outside of us, like, oh, I'll take a vacation or I'll eat something that brings me joy. But what I'm hearing you say is that I don't have to go do something in order to feel something in here. I can do it internally. And as you're shifting internally, are you noticing that things are changing in your outside world because you're changing on the inside?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Well, congratulations on your graduation and for doing such an amazing job inside the
yeah.
Academy. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you.
Thank you. Likewise, Julie.
Thank you.